Hello, folks. This is JC coming at you with another thought for the day. As you can see, I didn't shave yet. I have on my old lounge around comfortable shirt. With the subject matter at hand, I didn't want to look too fancy or dressed up, or anything like that, so nobody would think I'm a smart aleck or actually know what I'm talking about. So anyhow, now that that's understood, I can go ahead and get into this. It's called my thought for the day, and I call it Another Day, Another Way. This is a thought from the day from JC. Okay, to start, here's one for the creationists and the evolutionists both to think about. At one time, scientists believe, the Earth's continents were all together in a single landmass they now call Pangea, and I misspelled that on Facebook. And here's a drawing of what it's supposed to have looked like, and there's a drawing on Facebook of what it's supposed to have looked like. I have to agree the coastlines of each continent seem to fit perfectly along the coastlines of other continents. For instance, North America fits the northern parts of Africa and South America, and South America and Africa seem to fit side by side. The reason I'm pointing this out, especially, is to make a point. And there's one thing about the similarities of being there are similarities of vegetation and animal life in South America and Africa, where they came together. So it's likely the animals and veggies were a lot alike, and etc. and so on and so forth. Now for the biggie. Chimpanzees. We all know what chimpanzees are. They grow then and now only in certain areas of Africa. Some of them along the Congo River and in select other parts of Africa. There's no history of chimps living anywhere else in the world except these certain parts of Africa. So it's safe to say all chimps have always lived in a contained, so to speak, area. Never in South America, never in North America, never in Asia, never in Europe, as far as we know. Okay, so far? All right, now here's the really biggie. You could say this is the kicker. If chimpanzees have all lived in relatively close proximity to each other, ate the same things more or less, were subjected to more or less the same weather conditions, lived in the same social settings, the families, etc., and then evolved from chimpanzees into humanoids millions of years ago, are you ready for this? Then why are there still chimpanzees around? Duh. Well, I'll start it off here and see where it goes. Well, the reasoning being that if a chimpanzee were to evolve into a human, why would just one do it and leave all the other chimpanzees back behind like they are, like we know they are? Okay, anyhow, I'll start it off and see where it goes. Maybe a boy and a girl chimpanzee decided to go for a walk one day, and they got lost and they wandered northward all the way up to the Euphrates River area, and they saw some guy with a halo around his head in a really pretty apple orchard waving his arms around, seemingly confused. Maybe they asked, "What are you doing?" And maybe he answered, "Well, I'm trying to make a man in my image, but I don't really have a pattern or anything, so I'm just trying to model him out of clay." Maybe the chimp said, "Well, you know, we kind of look like you in a way. I'll bet we could help you. The only thing is it would probably take 1,000,000 years or so to do it. We would need to evolve, a little at a time. What do you think?" Well, I guess that would be better than nothing. I sure haven't had much luck with this dirt. All right, go ahead and we'll give it a try. And they did, and it was good. And the rest, of course, is history. And this is why there are still chimpanzees around, even after the evolution of a couple of them, and only a couple of them, into humanoids. Now, that's my theory. It takes care of both creationism and evolution. What do you think? If you can come up with something better, let's hear it. This is JC saying I'll see you down the road if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise.